Thank you, Dan. Super appreciate the support. Also, I am very excited to eventually. Oh, my movie completely broke there. To update some of the alerts, but I don't have those quite done just yet. Also, hello, Stream Elements. Yes, I am live right now. I will be right back, folks. Hi there, Milky Tar. I got a little too toasty before stream here, so apologies in advance if things are a little funky. I am mostly here. Got very, very wrapped up in looking at new avatar assets now that I have a better understanding of what I'm doing when it comes to putting something on the avatar. I'm not entirely sure how it's always going to behave, but I'm learning. I hate Unity. I hate Unity and Blender so much. I super appreciate the flexibility available, like the things that you can do, but like working inside those software suites, and honestly any kind of creative software suite, I'm used to physical media. I'm used to doing acrylic pours and spray paint and 2D design and drafting using graphing pencils or mechanical pencils or something. Like, I'm used to it being in my hands. Virtual stuff is hard. I exist. I'm gonna see, because I need to get REUS into the list. I had it set up on the previous build. Hi. Noise. Loud noise. Okay, let's go back over here. No, not display capture. Way too dank. All right, let me correct some things. Move chat over here. Just getting in my way. That broke. Let's try that again. Apologies for the pauses here. Oh, that really shouldn't be pausing. What on earth? Oh, I see. Delightful. Okay, let's reboot this. We'll try this again once I have actually set my avatar into a place where she's not going to be covering up 90% of the screen, and we can watch that video together. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a dog. Okay, is this going to work? It's a little far over. Take two. Maybe? Maybe? Hey. Way to go about a tutorial. I like that. That's fun. Oh, we got wiggles. We got screen wiggles. Move this over here so I can better see what the heck is going on. Godhood. Our latest game is called Godhood. It's a game in which you create your own religion. I am not interested. No, thank you. But the next game that's going to be coming out very soon from the same creators is REUS 2. And because that one's coming out, I wanted to take a look at this one. It turned out I actually had an old license for it in my Humble Bundle, so I figured let's give this one a try. In the beginning, there's only an empty planet. Okay. Planet, you must awaken from your slumber. Your surface... Hello? Hello? It just died! Too real! Way too real of a planet simulation! No! I don't... You must awaken, crush. Okay. Wow. No! No! Oh, is this a render problem? What's going on here? Maybe I gotta set it to windowed mode. Options. In game. What about that? Resolution. Let's specify. Sure, we got mild letterboxing. I don't really care. Maybe that'll fix it. I don't know. If this doesn't launch, we got other games, but... What a terrible intro. Nope! It's... Okay then. I guess we're not playing REUS. Let's move on to the next game in the list. Okay, what else? Who voted for what? Citizen Sleeper. It looks like that's gonna be the next one. Oh wow, that's terrible. I will try and fix that again. I don't know if that is fixable. Let's see. Okay. Now this one's gonna be more in the style of the cyberpunk visual novel that we played, but it is much further into the future. It's probably gonna have some pretty heavy themes, and we are in for a story. It's gonna be a lot of reading for me. I'm probably gonna be lazy tonight and not try to do all the different voices in the upper and lower registers. I'm a little fractured. I'm working on so many things. Okay. Just our tags. Okay. Oh, that's sad that Robot Body When is still not a tag. I guess I'm making that one a tag now. It's official. Okay. Next up. Let's see if I can get this one to launch. This has some good ambiance. I'm here for this. Oh yeah, and part 2 for this one's coming out too. Oh, are we doing like a personality test thing too? Alright, I'll start reading this. A machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. Part. Efficient extractor. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. +1 to working with machines and physical tools, -1 to approach a problem head on. Oh, because they always want to think around a situation. That makes sense. Name Sleeper M45, Sleeper 021. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral, precise people. Transfer intercept. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. +1 to working with digital interfaces. -1 to using strength or strength of will. And you can see with each of these that, like, their bodies are not in peak condition. Although machinist seems to be able to work on themselves. Sleeper 021. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. Sunday, dice action, allows energy recovery at home. +1 using strength or strength of will, -1 to approach problems with awareness. Okay. We're gonna go with the base class, the operator, because all of the previews for this game start off with that. Here we go. Let's get that eye tracking going, because I don't like it when my avatar does that. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was undisputably yours. Where are you? Well, I guess let's think of that body. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach, until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from the central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at least. In emergency mode is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There's no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now there are thousands of them. Oh, pain is a message. Remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. Once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that or plan something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse into the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, steal yourselves into containers, and then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze, solid, long before you reached any destination. But you're restless. It's been a long time since you left, surely weeks, maybe months. You're dully aware of damage to your legs and your right arm. You've been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body is still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes. The cold creeps further in. Feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints? Oh, thank you. Let me go ahead and let's see. How's that? Oh, we still got... We have the freighter noise. That's funny. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering, so loud that your body ducks into your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light, white as the cold, softer and softer, until in a haze of dirty yellow, a figure appears. You are out. Cryptocurrency stored in air-walled sticks of memory known as chits. It's been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of a scrapyard, swaddled in reflective folds of a mylar blanket, slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. Huh. You're surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, Sleeper, you all thawed out yet? Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance than Sub-Zero Vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with his glinting eyes the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches, his irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment, or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. What happened to them? He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it. To sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now, and yours are just software. A rogue emulation, illegally possessing corporate property. You're not alone. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these are not your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You're an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least, the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S and ARP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them, and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, Sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away, towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is in the best place that you could be right now. The eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I got things to be getting on with, he trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We have been pulling in as much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside you. Emotion. Fatigue. You shakily get up your feet. Hey there, Hunter. How you doing, hun? Alright, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Dragos stalks back into the Rex. His drones already converging on a rustling hulk, plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. I can actually take a bite of my sandwich here. Okay, so, welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Okay, select the locations by clicking on their icon. So we have the option of looking there, and that's it. Okay. Interesting. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. Minus energy, minus condition. Okay. Interesting. Oh no, I took a bite of sandwich. I'm not liking the ambient rush of wind. I'm hoping that the music comes back because there was really good music to begin with. Also, we got an ad coming up here. I'm legitimately thinking about adding marbles to the list of software on this stream. Also, I need to add the play emote because I don't think it's... Let's see, I'm curious. The Sandwich song request is now playing. Wait a sec. Where does that play from? I'm worried. Where does that play from and where does it play to? Alright, well, the music did come back, so. You wake, curled in the corner of the container, and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you waken now, strange and disjointed. Its messages readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are, on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know, and after all this, what matters? Well, escape, getting answers, or building a life. Maybe you did get lucky, finding yourself here. Maybe here on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. A mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from a restless sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polyhedral shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. Oh, polygonal. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Tutorial, condition, action dice, and energy. The condition represents the current state of your artificial body. Flickering. Okay, so that's the top one here. Your condition represents... Alright, it depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition, now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is played... Sorry, the number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you've used your dice, you cannot make any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. It's the bottom one. Okay. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Dang. I don't know what any of this is. I guess let's leave? Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it's implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Okay. The drone chirps. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Sure. Alright then. He nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old holes down, sell them off to the shipyards, to the bright market or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'd be used to the manual labor. And obviously, I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I usually wouldn't do this. In my opinion, you'd best be suited moving on as quick as you can. And sleepers, well... But the thing is, the things being the way they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Happy to. Okay. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of them. See you later! Looks like it's time to get to work. Dragos yard. Empty container. Low-end gate. Passage into the low end. Interesting. Nothing else yet. Alright. This is neat. I wonder what the red mark next to that is. Tutorial actions 1 of 2. Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. Oh. Interesting. Hole dissection. Even the rustiest hole can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy, condition, or items depending on the outcome. There are 3 types: positive, neutral, or negative. Action dice will affect the outcomes as follows, using the different die that we have. There are 6 available: manual, salvage, repeatable action. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you are no stranger to hard labor. Type: either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. Okay, where... no. Okay, up there. 2. Risk level. Risk level, okay. No loss. Negative means... okay. Skills require engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Okay. Modifier. Some actions require +1 to perform. And there's the modifier. Okay. A debt called in. Back in business. Now every salvager knows they're just one lucky haul away from their payday. Dragos is tied up in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or 2, things could get nasty. And there's a clock on that one. Alright. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something, good or bad, is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Dragos' debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. +10 cryo, -1 energy, which is to be expected. In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any track drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button at the top left of the screen. There. You are now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive, look for food and keep you energy, and find a way to recover your condition. Fill clocks to progress stories. Remember to end cycle at your home when you are out of dice for the day. Use the mouse wheel or W and S to scroll along the station. Rotate the view with A and D. Good luck. Oh, I missed what it gave me. You'll need access to corporate pharmaceuticals, otherwise this escape attempt will come to a rapid end. Oh, I can only track one or the other. I see. Well, I need to survive first, so we're going to be tracking that. Shoot. Let's see. Hey there, G-Waifu. We are doing a story-based game today called Citizen Sleeper. We are a person whose consciousness was uploaded into a digital frame to work in dangerous environments. And we stole the body to get away from the planet that we were on and are now floating through space in an attempt to try to keep the body and keep it alive without the benefit of the corporate back end. It's a very interesting take on a story, and we just got started. Hey there, LT. Rotunda wet dock. Empty container. Bright market. And the low end gate. Oh, and dock B2. And the dock terminal. What's this? Helion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Helion system are rare, but those that do always return, eventually. Okay. So nothing I can do with that. Hope you folks are having a decent evening. Steal dock plans! Havenage security has to have plans. Stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know this place and the most dangerous. Explore the Rotunda. Rotunda of the dock is filled with passageways and concourses leading to all kinds of docking bays. Getting to know the Rotunda doesn't mean just new places to visit, it means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. Havenage runs the Rotunda and their security watches the docks. Better to avoid attracting their attention. Dock Watcher. Neutral outcome. Okay, so if we do that 3 times, we'll fulfill that. Oh, there's a bar here. Get a drink. You're unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol, but this fungal drink, fermented along the Greenway, seems like a good test. Buy rations. Tala keeps some expired Solheim rations behind the bar for those weary spacers who don't ask why the Overlook doesn't serve food. Wow. Let's get some food. +2 energy, -10 cryo. Okay. Good. Let's get a drink too. Mossy tones and aniseed sharpness. Energy, Overlook regular, -6 cryo. Okay. We're more energetic now. It isn't totally unpleasant, and at least you can taste it. That's cool. That we've gone to. That's this. Dock B2. Salvage sortie. It'll take several cycles to reach the starboard belt and return, loaded with scrap from the old wrecks. Okay. The Bright Market and the low end gate. Ask for directions. Why wander when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the Bright Market? All you need is the courage to approach them. Smells, sounds, and buzzing activity of the Bright Market make it a dizzying place to wander, but an enticing one too. The Bright Market is the busiest part of the eye's lower rim, and you can find anything and everything here. Well, let's try. Maybe we can find a doctor. Uh-oh. Lost in the crowd, you struggle to keep a sense of direction. You sit in an alley, exhausted, with no idea where to go. Okay. So that's all of our daily points that we're able to do. Assist a shipbuilder. You don't have connections, but you do have skills. If you can get a shipbuilder to notice them, you might be in. As a newcomer, you can only gain favor by grabbing a load of materials and asking the nearest guard hand where to take them. I suppose that is a thing, yeah. I have a -1 to endurance on that. Only way to get to know the shipyard is to work there. No tourists here. Okay. So I guess we'll sleep for the day, and then we'll go back to work for... because we got plenty of food and energy, I think. Well, we'll see. Oh, -2 energy every time I sleep. And -1 condition. Alright. One moment. Also, hydrate everyone. Cheers. This time, you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifty, skeletal ring surrounds you. For a moment, you're gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away from them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture, a smooth black liquid. You find a point in the station and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out to try to grasp them, and try to touch them too. You notice the tugging feeling pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you. A shift. You close your eyes for a second and you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind. A storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored, and then it's gone. Okay, so these do just continue on their own. I basically have to figure out how to stay alive for a week. Passage into the low end. After some spacers cause some trouble on the low end, Yanagon have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. I mean, I gotta find a doctor. And I'm gonna be struggling for energy and food the following day. Oh, wow, it is... Do I make money for this? There's no guarantee. I see. This overlay is fun. I'm enjoying it. Okay, we're gonna do a bit of work. Back in business, plus 15 cryo. Nice. Manual salvage. Alright, got more of that. Brain no work. That's totally fine. Back to the bright market. We're gonna keep exploring and hope that we find something. 29 credits. Hey, we got local knowledge. You managed to follow the flow of people and you start to appreciate, even enjoy the chaotic layout of the markets. It's gonna take 3 days for us to get this. Oh. Hey! Next! Comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. Keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you're here you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hab block, they've all made the long queue test your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer in this body, your body, well... You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. You lean against the doorframe and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber light filtering through a far doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slap of the enforcement's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. "Wait your turn," he growls. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. "Send the next one in, Toshiro!" The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment you're transfixed by the motion. "Come, sit," calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouths as if to speak. They blink, and then quickly regain their composure. "Please, sit." They gesture on the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. "Remain still, please." Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, dazed from the expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. "How long have you been on the station?" they ask, the scanner still to their eye. "A few cycles." They nod. "It's good you came to me." They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. "I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything." They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. The art style here is wonderful. I love the fact that this character is non-binary in all the scripts so far. This is so cool. This is... Robot body when? "Your body's dying." They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNARP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case escaping, they built in process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which SNR remains the sole producer of. They look up. "Sound familiar?" "Yes. Good. That may help." They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. "I'm sorry," Sabine says, and you're unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or anything else. Emulations like you, sleepers as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNR has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. "I know little of this is used to you." They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face you. "I may be able to help." They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes. You hear the fatigue in their voice, and they gesture to the door. "You saw Toshiro outside?" You nod. "He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They're influential on the low end. They give me the space to work, run the door, take up the profits. And at the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to the implants, and sew up their wounds." They look away. "But Yatagan has connections, smugglers from the starboard belt. Mercenaries looking for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down their slate, notes complete. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it. Sabine walks away from to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave. Sabine's still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up to the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Let's get some food. Let's just fully feed ourselves. Yes, we can. That way we can work harder tomorrow. -2 energy, -1 condition. Okay. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in the winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches, shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information. Communication. There's so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse, but you begin to try. Focus on the threads, focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle, dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. Before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages, puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange, see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions, as if they're tied to you. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above it, of a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you. Following the thread to you. They're in a ship. The ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. You open your eyes. Time is short. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the Eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you could use dice and items to access systems and extract data. Be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the I button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Whoa! That's the shipyard up there. This is the bar. This is a key node. A lone connection feeds into this isolated node. Its last access timestamp is 1,000 cycles ago. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the Eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier on the interface skill, you'll be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. So that's the only one I can use for this. Transfer intercept. Extract data. Neural outcome +1 encrypted. Data extracted. Okay. Encrypted key. A stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglocks. That's... Oh, if I hack 3 times, then I get access to other things? Well, let's get to work. %100% positive. Yes, please. +15 cryo. Alright. Action. It's 5 cryo. But we're getting closer. We're getting so close. Okay, so that's enough money to buy more rations for the day. Thankfully, the rations barely trigger the limited taste sensorium of your frame. It's like eating sheets of cardboard. Three more days. Interesting. So, if I go anywhere else, like, are there other things that I can do in these places? I can obviously spend money at the bar. I can roll dice there, and I can spend money here. Okay, that's it. I just want to make certain I'm not missing any conversation options here. Okay. Hunted. Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. Concerning. Someone out there is tracking you. Okay. No dreams today. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper! Wake up! Feng is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey! Glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now! He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlen said? The eye opens for us all? Nice idea, but, well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We pass together into the main walkway. Avenage. We're all one dysfunctional family. Feng puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, though. Don't worry. I'm with systems. Okay. Everything the eye runs on. He runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is a ruin, but systems keep it spinning somehow. At least, we try to. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, it's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around, and, well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. He glances around. This is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you're settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. What they say is true about sleepers. Well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, Stay clean, Sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Okay. I want to spend all day doing hacking because we got 3 of these, but we need to do work. Hey! Oh. Okay. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hole plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands at the side, focused on the hulking ship as it's lowered into the yard. She is. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft, but you can't help but think of what became of the crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit, and that's what happened. No, what happened to the ship? Not my concern. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the bulk, their lights illuminating Flash's dented hull. Watching, you wonder as if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside their container, the wreck of the S&R freighter lowered into the hull like a corpse ready to be butchered? Or was it the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into the strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about the ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winter Light. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. Clear the debt and return a favor to your first friend on the eye. You completed your first drive. Each drive completes unlocks an upgrade point you can spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen. Operator upgrades. Hey. Ooh. Also, I tend to forget that this is what we look like. Okay, so chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Agent nodes give double the data rewards. Ooh. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. Predictive reasoning. Display potential positive and negative outcomes. Chance to gain an energy after any engage action. Random scrap on engineering. Yes, I intend on making money on this station. I'm gonna need the scrap to do it, so. That's cool. Alright. Now you two are even. Study the Winter Light. This blasted ship came into the same yard as you did. Is there a connection, or are you just paranoid? One more day before Sabine has anything for us. Bright market is open. Now let's get some food. Oh, I have to get drinks for this. I see. Okay. Well, we're gonna celebrate today. It's a good day. Forensic trawl. Investigating the Winter Light means picking through its systems and structures with care. It won't pay, but you might find answers. Cutter salvage. A ship breaking is tougher than slicing up loose salvage, but Dragos is happy to pay you a fixed wage if you're up to it. Dangerous. Dragos seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure he's going to hold his nerve much longer. Okay. So we can make some money. Half and half. Oh, please, please. -1 condition. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's do forensic trawling. Maybe we'll get something. Nothing new at Helion Crossing. Nothing new at Salvage Sortie. Not gonna be able to buy anything at the Bright Market. Might need to consider going to the shipyards to work. And I need to do a day of hacking. Let's get some rest. This is fun. Only two dice. We're losing health. Fang, the systems engineer. Oh, we can go talk to him. First, let's talk to Sabine. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshiro's implements, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it! Sabine stands with the case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how Yatagan... They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic. I have no idea if it's really what it appears to be. I mean, I need to... I do care. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but we need to be careful. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. A gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to the immunosuppressant of a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from ejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with a new protein chains which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes these passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. In very basic terms, yes. Look, what matters here is that the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by our immune system. They glance away. At least, if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I'll start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe, and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. True. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection with little response. What is... oh, okay. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and then when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from somewhere, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? What happened? The stabilizer's genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yatagan acquired a case of the stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more. But you're going to have to do that somewhere else. They gestured to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine nods toward the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabine. Nothing comes free, Sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Full! Alright. That's better, at least. Scrap freighter is available, too. Alright, let's talk to Fang. Sleeper. Fang catches your attention as you approach the Havenage building, leaning against a bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look. You know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Fang inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corner of the room. Fang leans on a server stack and gestures around. You like it? What is all this? He taps a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the CU systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block, speckable with vents. Some of these systems are from the original system, AE1, the one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they're seeing a concrete reality. But this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down the hardware stacks and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least, that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you amongst the flickering machines humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems in sections. You can, can't you? Do we admit it? Do we tell him that we can see? It makes sense, right? You're between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign and follow your gaze. Fang notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. They're tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see, access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Havenage, there's old growth. Those whose roots trace back to those battle days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Fang pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Fang passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above. He nods at the ceiling. And granted me an acquisitions budget, I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back out into the passage. Those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. Ooh! Alright. So we found a new way to work. That's pretty cool. We've got that scrap freighter thing to do. Alright, let's put this tracking back. Buy some scrap. 20. Most of what comes in from the starboard belt is corroded trash, but sometimes something valuable can be found amongst the salvage. The big stuff goes to the shipyard, the valuable stuff to the markets. They'll let you buy a few crates, but not much more. The freighter will stay docked for as many cycles as it takes to offload its haul of scrap into the Havenage yards. The freighter crew are eager to get their payload into the ore exchange, and they'll pay a wage to anyone willing to help them. I have a -1 and it's dangerous. There are better ways that I can use my body than this. If I do this, yeah, half and half. Let's see what kind of wage I make. I'm curious. Plus 15 cryo, plus 2 energy. Plus enduring things gives me energy? I didn't know that. Alright. Let's buy some scrap. Random scrap item. Filters, capacitors, sensors, useful salvage to the right person. Okay. Another keynote. Keynote. Alright, so hold on. Let's try. Dig into old Solheim networks in search of secrets that could change the future of the station. Into the networks. So I'm guessing it's going to be these keynodes. Orbited by the remains of a corporate countermeasure broken long ago by hackers. I need a 3 to do that one. I need a 1 for this one. This node pulses faintly as it mines cryo at a glacial pace, abandoned by the hacker that repurposed it. Okay. Key. Okay. A Solheim cipher. Old cipher granting access to the systems of the original station. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of a light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, encircling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent. Processing. As you struggle against the thread and it tightens in response, a glittering garrote. Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it's a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It's blinding for a moment and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading. What did you do? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, even though there's no ground to pace on. Entity. Identify. Origin. Serial. Cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sleeper. S and sharp. Unknown. Unknown. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks once more, threads begin to spiral from its head, thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop! The figure halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I am a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. the one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers of fury. I will find access. I will interface. An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. You lash out with all your force. Not a physical strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. This gate conceals a network of systems that have been untouched since the Solheim collapse. With a squawk of noise, the old gate flips open, granting access. Oh. This node is leaking corrupted contractor lists from the early days of the system's Palladium rush. This network storage holds corporate records, most of them corrupted by a failed system purge. Fang will pay you for any Solheim data you dredged up from the Eye's old systems. What he does with it is anyone's guess. I see. Nothing else out here yet. So if I go to the Rotunda... Actually, while we're at that, I've been sitting here for a minute. I'm going to do some squats. You don't have to hit the redeem for that. I'm just going to do them. I'm also going to hit my silly music because there is not enough music in this for me, actually. It is a little ominous. I'm not going to use this playlist, though. We're going to do a different one. Even that's too much. Let's see. What else we got? What would fit better? Pache? Let's do Pache. If I got flagged for this, I should probably not use this because it's Pache. Bloody hell. Fine. It's unfortunate because I want to use the ancient magics, the ancient musics. It's a album from like 1995. It's good though. Yes, the perfect thing for me to do in squats too. Alright. Well, let's do this. I need to move more. I need to be moving way more less active. Today has been a lot of sitting in one spot and fighting with Unity. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's also very warm in here. Wow. I only just now realized. Oh, of course, now the music comes on. So we figured out the basics of being able to at least survive. Ow. Disable your tracker. If you can get to the bottom of this mystery first. We have only so many days to be able to do that. And it's going to be a series of, like, choices of how much time you have per day, what you can do with that time each day, and it's going to shrink because you're going to have more and more things, not enough bodies. Not enough bodies, not enough time. I have found a game that is a little too real. Okay, let's go home to my empty cargo container. Oh, this is a little too real. We got a bunch of good dice today. Nice. Alright, let's see. Okay, so we got some Solheim data, which is the exact thing that we're supposed to be going for. There's another Solheim node. This one requires a 1, so we can't get into it. There's a key node. Requires a 3. Didn't get anything for those. Another encrypted key. Able to unlock the mag locks. +5, nice. More Solheim data, good. A Habitage member is broadcasting the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Oh, that's mean. Okay. Another key node. Data here is part of a cache tucked away during the collapse. Who hid this? For what purpose? Question. This gate keeps traffic out of the Havanage shipyard's internal network. The correct cipher will grant you access. Havanage members broadcasting. Okay, that's another 2. That's a 1. Some gang forces implants are chirping out comm signals. Time to see what they're talking about. That's funny. You can listen in. The hacking side of this is neat. Okay, that's the shipyard. What's the story here? Okay, so being here, it's per day. Yard clearance. I like my job working as a shipbreaker. I think it's actually pretty cool. -1 condition. Okay. Making good money. Like making actually really good money. Back to Fang. Hey, Fang. Alright. Alright. Here. Buy some more scrap. And some more scrap. Ship mined fragment. Could be reassembled with the right tools and a few more fragments. Huh. Actual ship core. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and taunts don't take long to follow you. Hey! Haunt! The spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Plain human! You hunch a little further, staring to the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar's surface. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it passes reassuringly. You freeze in place. Hey, Busta. We are currently experiencing robophobia in a story, so, sorry folks if this is triggering. Out! The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, and a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all in a hard vacuum. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. You reach up your hand and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. Through the haze of glass and Geralt vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance with the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now, flanked by figures quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it's cleared, and a fresh mixture of Geralt is glugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol in a metal bin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them, then turns towards you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Tala works with the skill of someone who's had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time tapping the tweezer tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. She smiles to herself. So, you've been on the eye long? Just arrived. Thought so. I've only seen you here a couple times. Splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone's like that, idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place, trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we've got aren't much, and the company is, she leans in, limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up on the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers into the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper. Here. She slides the glass of Geralt to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? No idea. She laughs. Well, keep trying. I'll let you know if I see any difference. She walks back behind the bar, gathering the glasses as she does, and before long is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction. You instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the Geralt. The earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You know you may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old, feels good. Aw, this is... Okay. Okay. That's heartwarming. I have to make a lot of money. A lot more than I thought. I know that they said it was going to be expensive. I didn't realize that expensive. Shipyard. Nothing can be traded yet. I could try and get into the low-end gate, but I think it'd be better if I initially save at least to have the immunosuppressant. I don't know the right thing to call it in this case. Virtual immunosuppressant. Oh, actually, I want to go back to the bar. Bar shift. Risky. Tall is as good as her word, and happy to throw a shift or two your way. The pay isn't great, but tips can make all the difference. The Overlook clientele can be a tough crowd, but you have Tall's backing, and that means a lot. That's fun. So I can buy rations or I can work at the bar. I can't drink here anymore, but that's fine. We're still being hunted. Still need to keep hacking to figure that out. Let's just do... Let's make certain this works well. Good first shift. Hell yeah. We can make money that way too. We'll do a shift at Dragos, who is not feeling the most sure of us. Yeesh. You would have to... Well, they are smaller. There are less. Okay. That's wild, though. Let's check the hacking side. A2. Another encrypted key. Be a lot more conscious of what options are available today, I suppose. Okay. Wait a sec. Okay, so opening them doesn't wake it up. Good to know. We got the money that we're gonna need. Let's also get some food. Good. Back to Drago's yard. Interesting. Starting to feel a little under the weather. Let's see about our hacking for today, but we only have 5s and a 4. 5s, 5s and a 4. 5s and a 4. 5s, 5s and a 4. 2 and a 3. 1 and a 3. 2 and a 3. Let me guess. That's it. That's it for the day. That's all the hack options. Cool. That sucks. Get extra energy doing this. Might take some damage to self though in the process. The following day is going to give me less resources in general. Alright. 15 cryo. Okay, cool. Go to the market. Another thing that we haven't done today. Or at all. Plus the local knowledge. Plus the local knowledge. New tribe discovered. Build a ship mine. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With that and a few fragments of your own, you could build a ship mine core. Hardware exchange. Components. He's always hungry for new hardware to buy up, break down, and sell off, and you are happy to supply it. Or play the exchange. The flow of chits and components in the exchange is complex, but a sharp eye and some tight trades can net you a good margin. Become a trader. Memphis is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus onto a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables with some red fleck dressing. The smell is incredible. This makes me want to actually go grab some of the sauteed mushrooms I made yesterday and having those for a snack here. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with a bright salad, depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Despite the queue, Memphis doesn't rush. He dresses each portion individually, squeezing precise slugs of liquid from an assortment of bottles into the bowl of torn leaves and bright slices before tossing them loosely together. Occasionally, a waiting customer might mutter something about efficiency, but Memphis remains steady in the process. After a while, the queue fades back into the normal crowd, and Memphis sets down his metal bowl and looks up across the burner to see you watching him. I can feel your eyes burning a hole in my bowl. Free sample? Yeah. He gestures neatly. Come over. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire. Your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers, Memphis says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap of piercing eyes. I know. You begin to tell him about your journey to the Eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility at its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container, and the endless cycle spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the Eye excites you, and he scares you. You tell him that the Eye excites you and scares you, and you're unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more, but next time you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do to take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus, your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. After all the cardboard tasting mushrooms, we got some real food. That's fun. Emphasis stall, a street food stall. Order fungus for 15 cryo. Fungus fan. Memphis doesn't trust people easily, but he notices regular customers in his own quiet way. One of the few things potent enough to stimulate your limited taste sensors. It's incredible stuff. Okay. Let's try playing the exchange. You lose a little, then claw it back on a stack of sealed air filters. Better step away while you're in the black. Okay. Okay. You make some good cryo on the components, which moments later are being disassembled in front of you. Let's do that again. Okay. Got some extra cash. Looking good. These folks are probably about to leave. They can't buy anymore. No hacking available. Fang, are you available to talk? No? Alright. Dock C4. Nobody's there yet. Time to go to bed. Hopefully we get better dice today. Okay. We got a variety at least, so that's good. New ship. Buy shipline fragments. The merchants have acquired a couple of rare shipline fragments and are selling them at a high price. You can haggle over prices. We need a higher level of engage. Skill upgrade required. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to hack first. Soulheim node. Got it. One more hack and the hunter's gonna notice me too. Alright. As you enter the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and the machines blink out in the dark in staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads! Fang's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by a hammer of a fist on metal casing. Those snaky shitheads! Sleeper! That you or am I in trouble? Fang's grinning head pops out from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I have been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way through the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on those loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. This is so fun. Oh no! One sec. Also, let's relight the joint. Cheers. Fang sat in front of a sea of monitors mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Fang waves at the monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information. Names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. People. Yes, but whose people? Soulheim. Bingo! He taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners, and he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This one. This is a snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads Hardin Hurst. Friend of yours? Fang gives you a sideways look. Funny you should say that, Sleeper. He drags a stool up beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Hardin Hurst in Havenage. He waits for your reaction. In Havenage. That's right. He's right here on the station now. Fane leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked at the station as a... Fane leans to look across the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Fane raises his eyebrows at you. Our Hardin was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept all the profit. Good old Hardin shoveled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into the infrastructure, which meant that their cut of the work that they did went straight back into Solheim. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I'm a child of the collapse. Fane turns back to the screen, staring hard at the streams of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships, they breathed Solheim air, and they slept in Solheim beds. Fane's voice rises as he speaks, his hands and fists on the terminal edge. And the work that paid for their existence? The cycles of hard extraction out on the belt. Solheim took their cut. This is a company town, so to speak, and my parents are just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. This guy, stabbing at Hardin once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going, still here, crawling to the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. But how? These guys, they were big time. There's a lot of money they can get you if you're a company man. Fane relaxes a little. But how's Hardin still kicking? I really don't know. He turns to you and smiles. So we're gonna go and find out. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back from the eye from there. Fang brings up a map of the lower eye. Havenage might be born out of Erland's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it is not. Hardin happened to float to the top. Fang zooms in on the far yards. Fang grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to these systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid. They don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive. We need proof. Fang holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardin Hurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Fang puts a hand on your shoulder. But you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Fang grins. If you can extract yourself a Havenage cipher from a Havenage agent, they sometimes carry them among their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You don't even need to go near the shipyards. So what do you say? Up for it? Yeah. I knew it. And I knew you'd be happy to catch the snake. And don't worry, once we nail this guy, I'll start that work on that tracker of yours. I haven't forgotten. Fang scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, I'll send it back here for me, and if there's something wrong here, and I aim to get to the rotten core of it. You leave Fang digging through the data, among the wires and machines of the old station. And as you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Hardin. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems looking for new life. The hope for a better future, engineered to line someone else's pockets. It's an idea you're intimately familiar with. You think of Hardin still alive, still part of this place, and you wonder if the past is ever truly past. Okay, so those didn't change. But I could go just work in the dock for a minute. Okay, so we have the mind thing, we got Sabine surgery, get some food. Let's do some work first. The materials are heavy, and you barely understand where you're going, but you keep your head down and haul your fair share. Alright. You shadow a shipbuilder who's impressed when you know how to double seal a hull plate. He slips you a tip at the end of the shift. How many do I need for this? I've been wanting to do this anyway, so... Nice, nice. Okay, let's go get food. Ooh, that's way more food. Okay, +3 energy. Okay. And we'll have to do a day shift the following day at the bar. What's going on with Drago's stuff? Oh, it's just the one that I'm currently tracking. One more day. Concerning. What happens? Feeling good today, apparently. Two and a three. Two and a three. One and a three. That's unfortunate. Like, I don't get to do all these things. I'm gonna end up losing some progress on some of these things. The ones that are like red timer, I need to be paying better attention to. This one is just ongoing. This one is later. Exchange. Make some money as a trader. Let's go ahead and just work in the shipyard all day. We got nothing but good stuff, so yeah, we'll do it from here. One more and we make it. Okay, action no longer available. Havenage offices. Unit assembly. Wow, we made it in. We made it in, and okay. From the walkway, the sidereal horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames. All along her flanks, torches flicker, drones maneuver, arc lights glint. A sense of scale, industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. She's quite beautiful, I think. You turn to see a figure a little way down the walkway, leaning against the railing. He's thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. The torches of the sidereal horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns towards you. Lem. He leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out at the ship. And this is Mina, he adds with a smile. Hi, Mina. She stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks herself up. Whoop! Hey, LT. She's a little slow to trust, aren't you, Mina? She buries her face in the folds of his overalls. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling amongst the rough material. You working on her, then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing to the vast ship. Or just admiring? He shifts Mina's weight to the other arm. I hope that this isn't too boring compared to the usual like platformer action-y stuff that we do, but I'm really liking the story on this today. I suppose I'm doing a little of both. Understandable, he nods, gazing back out at the sidereal horizon. You like her too, don't you, Mina? He jostles her a little. She's Mina's and my ticket out of this place. Our escape vector, so to speak. The ship? How? You haven't heard. Anyone who takes a Havenage contract on the sidereal horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew. He smiles. We won't get to sleep the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall in a new world. He winks. Cozy stories dream. Good. Transit support. Decades. Uh-huh. Someone needs to stay awake to keep the thing running. He straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Cells Foundation is sending thousands to settle a system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It'll be a totally independent colony. No surrogacy, no corporations. Why is it here? Why build it here, you mean? He grins. Don't ask me. I know as much as Mina about that. He ruffles Mina's hair thoughtfully. I suppose many corporations weren't too happy about breaking the idea of surrogacy, setting up somewhere without it feeding back into the core. Maybe Cells got locked out of the corporate shipyards and had to go begging for somewhere else to set up. Homeless, just like Mina and me. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Maddie, she whispers. Food. Pulling an exaggerated grumpy face, she glances furtively as she plays with a small set of dog tags that hang from Lem's neck. I'm just chatting, little meanie. Give Daddy a sec. He turns back to you and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not on the Havenage crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, Fred. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily, and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. For sure. He looks out to the sidereal horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches from the vast hole. We've got a holdout, okay? You're not quite sure why if he's talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously. You agree, Mina? She straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me, she says stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lem smiles and lifts Mina. That's it. We hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. We're just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side. She clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. He pats her back. Maybe we'll see you on a shift, huh? He turns and they walk down the walkway, away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot! Her shout echoes down the walkway and flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Lem. You watch him a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of a sidereal horizon and check it out. There are so many ways that you could, like, go in this, and I think that's part of what the story is that you kind of have to choose which direction you're going to go. I wonder if there's multiple playthrough options in this, that, like, there's more than one ending. Oh, I'm curious now. Systems fitting. The sidereal horizon is webbed with complex systems bundled like nerves in a body. Your job is to lay these systems in. The systems team is looking for new members. Prove yourself a reliable tech and you're in. Shipbuilding spots on the sidereal horizon are hard to come by. Poor work will see you dropped from the roster. Structural fitting. The sidereal horizon is assembled block by block. You earn a place on the teams welding those blocks together. You get a spot for supporting the weld team. A good place to prove you know how to put a ship together. Okay. We got the Havenage offices. Fragment supply. Sophisticated tech is rare on the ice. The shipyard is happy to pay for ship-mine fragments they can dismantle and reuse. A slate in the office advertises that Havenage are looking for informants on gang activity in the eye. They'll pay. For Yatagan data, huh? Oh, right, I needed to... I completely forgot about that little thing. Getting closer to needing to actually get more medicine, too. Oh wait, I wanted to do this. One and a 3. So none of those are options today. I suppose we should go work as a cutter? Perk, efficient extractor. Plus 1 random scrap item. Hey, we got some money for that. We have a lot of money, actually. Need to work at the bar, I forgot. Oh no. Sell components. Another day of working the exchange will get that thing going. Hungry. we're about to get attacked by whatever the thing is, so that's gonna suck. Yep, end cycle. Hydrate, everyone. Okay. So whatever's hunting me is hunting me. Hold it there, Sleeper. Comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. They're a bounty hunter. I don't want to pay them off, and I don't really want to deal. I want out. A strike across your back knocks you face down on the floor. I told you not to run. Ethan pulls you up. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he's terrible news. Get all the way out here and then stayed put. He laughs a cruel laugh. At a sleeper thing? I'm at first. You barely hear him. You notice the handgun he has leveled at your chest. It's hard to take your eyes off him. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out of a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though. That's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over to slide the rings around your wrists. Go easy. You see a chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. And then a shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes on the wall beside your head. You freeze, and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine, trust me. I've seen it all before. He slips the rings over your trembling wrists. Ethan nudges and you start walking. To the ship and home. Going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. Who hired you? Your daddies at SNR. They want you home for dinner. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to SNR right away. The track of yours makes this too quick. I was hoping you put up a bit more of a chase, you know. Running battles at the right market, maybe, or a holdout on the low end. There's a few establishments I would have checked out while I asked around. You walk on in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That SNR tracker will be the death of him. Hey, I have an idea! Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own joke. It's better not be one of those things where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm really tired of that. Although, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? We are in one of the most lawless joints of the surrogate systems and we're heading for the exit. He pauses and you trudge on in silence. Okay, here's the idea. You and me, we make a little agreement. Here's the terms. You run, or leave, or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot, or scheme, try to kill me, I shoot you. But, you come meet me at an establishment of my choice. Every few cycles, you pay my tab, I don't shoot you. You don't pay my tab, well, you get the idea. Okay then. That sounds to me like a deal. Stretches. You know, I really thought I was gonna have to kill you, but this is so much better. He reaches at something in his belt, and the rings release from your wrists. I'm gonna see if I can keep my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. He aims a handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Just let me remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you going to do? Great. glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance. It is looking for you. Hey there, Ryan Gosling. You slip down the ghostly structures of the eye, feeling like a passing through a cloud of their data structures deform and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye. Closer now, that roving orb wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it is here. Hunter is here. Entity, submit to enquiry. Hunter reaches for you in that unpleasantly familiar way, its weaving threads creating a cage. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You're caught by wisping tendrils, feel them pulling at you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Wait, it's screaming? But you are already gliding away, back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Oh, I took some damage. I see. Okay, so I have to go do the Habitage thing. Got it. What's that? Oh. The gate flips. You're in. The worm slots in and begins tunneling down a thread. Godspeed, little one. That's really funny, that's how it... Okay, so that's all I can do there. For this agent. Get more information. Got more data. Ethan's tab. You see Ethan at a distance shouting from the bar for more drinks. This bill isn't going to be small, is it? Hate that. I wanted to work at the bar today. Thanks, babe. Shipyard Rip. Fang's River Worm is installed, but it will take a few cycles to run through the closed network. Got it. Okay. Still need to work at Dragos' yard. One more. Give us that clearance. The final pieces of the winter lights sit in neat piles waiting for the collection shuttle from Habitage. Dragos has managed to sell the remaining pieces to the shipyards. In fact, it's hard to forget that he's been telling you about it for the last 2 cycles, and all that remains for Habitage to come and collect. You look around at the yard, transformed from when you first arrived. The mostly repaired drones flit back and forth, no longer buzzing unevenly or lost in dark corners. The scrap is sectioned, sorted, the system that you and Dragos have put into place over the past cycles paying off. As you look, you notice the glow of pale light from the office by the entrance, that run-down cab of a building which houses all the records and spare equipment. Dragos must be inside, and you get to your feet and walk over to find out when the shipyard collection crew will be here. Sleeper, come in. You swing open the door and walk in. Dragos is sitting at the small metal desk. The shipyards told me they'd be here soon. They'll hand over the chits and we're set. He writes something of a stylus on his slate and then shuts it off. Of course, we should talk about a bonus. He stands and turns to face you, his face placid. Look, I don't know when the next job is coming in, but this should tide you over for now. He opens his hand to reveal a stack of chits. What's going on here? I said it's a bonus. Take it. Dragos presses the chits into your hand. I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor. He straightens up and clears his throat. You realize he has prepared what he's about to say. No. These chits are for you to take and do what you will with them. They're from me, and they're the last I'm going to give you. He pauses. There's no more work for a sleeper in this yard. I'm sorry. That's it. You stay in the container as long as you need, but the yard is done with you. He turns away from the terminal. What do you mean? Don't press me, Sleeper. This is for your own good. The glassy apertures on Dragos' headset betray no emotion. You need to stay away, Sleeper. He pauses, considering his words. Trouble's going to follow you here, trust me. What do you know? Dragos kicks at the floor, frustrated with himself. I'll not be saying any more, Sleeper. Dragos suddenly grabs you by the shoulder and drags you out of the office into the yard. He turns you to face a stack of pieces from the winter light, dissected, cut down, totally unrecognizable as a ship. You came through that, Sleeper. That should have been you. Chopped and stacked. His hand trembles on your shoulder. That's what happens here. We cut down broken machines and we move them on. Well, I didn't cut you down, but I'm sure as hell moving you on. Moving you on before whoever killed that ship out there comes to kill me. What do you mean? He shakes his head. These ships, they didn't get decommissioned. They didn't break down and dry dock. You think they look like that if they did? Someone ended them. That means someone tried to end you, Sleeper, and I'm done waiting for them to turn up. We've had our fun. Now it's time. He gives you a little shove. Go on. He turns and walks back to the office. That's it! He shouts and goes inside. The silence hangs in the air and you leave, with your pockets filled with clinking chips, a strangely hollow feeling in your chest. Yo, that sucks! He gave us $50. Fabricate ship mine. Ship mines cannot be built from scratch, but if you have enough salvage fragments, can be reassembled with the fabricate. Toshiro takes the chits and hands you a vial. When you ask after Sabine, he doesn't respond. As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand and a thin film, marked with holes and sigils, unrolls from around the vial. At one end it has a hard metal strip, a handle. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It's perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You make out a word among the markings. Passkey. Is this an entry key for somewhere? Inspect the handle. The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted onto it. 207F, and then crudely scratched into the handle at some later date, low end. For a moment, you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, and then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this? Or is Toshiro passing on a message? Turn ahead to the low end and find out. Buy yourself some extra time, one vial at a time. use scrap components at home to repair my condition. That's really cool. So I was correct when I read that and looked at it. Hey there, Hef. The self-repair was like a factor of that other class. That's interesting. I really like the hacker body, though. It is so cool. Okay. I suppose... You roll all your dice once per cycle. Higher intuition. Or I could get rid of the -1 to endurance. Let's go for icebreaker. It's there. Oh, I don't... Yeah, I guess. I wonder why I can't get those yet. 207 passkey. Passkey for an apartment found tucked inside a stabilizer vial. Okay. We need the low end gate. And there might be things that are... Yes. Please tell me that this isn't the toll every time. You hand over your chips to the Yatagan enforcer. He nods you through. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. So there's the apartment. Actually, let's look at over here. Pay for passage. To reach the Greenway, you need to pay for a pass, a practice invented by spacefarers moored here. We call it the Founders Fair. Enter the spoke. A tangled network of service passages and makeshift tunnels cut through the spoke as if it were a hive. There are no maps here. Blistered with precarious elevators and stairways, the spoke can be navigated from the outside, but the climb requires bravery. The spoke is layer after layer after layer of dense urban fabric. The only way to explore it is vertically. Les tables. The clack of filter caps can be heard in every concourse in the low end as residents play rotating rounds in this game for cryo. Maintained by the residents, the ramshackle blocks are always in need of repairs. Helping out's a good way to make friends. Okay. You find the entrance to the apartment, its passkey symbol obscured beneath layers of graffiti. Who lives here? Looks like I'm going to have to turn off the eye tracking and set that in charge. Oh wow, she is having trouble now, isn't she? If I say you have a hacker body, would you hold it against me? Good question. I usually hold my body against a lot of people. Ain't got no hacker body. Ain't got no hacker body. Hacker body. Some AI won't take a chance on me. I don't know the song you're trying to invoke here. The lock clunks open, the metal door swinging inward toward the dark. David Lee Roth. Oh, I definitely don't know. I'm trying to think. I think I know The Ice Cream Man and Hot for Teacher, and that is it by David Lee Roth. As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of wall-mounted utility units, the detritus of a routine life arranged on every surface. Ain't got no buddy, it's like 1984. I'm not playing it. I'm not playing the track. I'm not. I took a bite of a Reese's Fast Break at the wrong time. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the Asian fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. Pale blue light drifts from the doorway at the end of the room. Originally Louis Armstrong, 1956, DVL covered it again in 1985. I'm not surprised by that either, because there was like the whole on top of spaghetti thing too. Smudges through the thin layer of dust suggest a recent, rare, and hurried visit. They trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, then a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto wash, dispensers, water closet towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room, lit only by the faint glow of a terminal screen. A bunk is tucked into the wall, its blankets ruffled. A small desk glitters with rows of vials and containers. A briefcase lab sits open, loaded with rows of reagents and compounds you do not recognize. In comparison, this room is clean, ordered, controlled. As you approach, there's a crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper. Sabine's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I've had to make alternative arrangements. You hear rattling noises, static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare show my face. Something is happening within Yatagan. I no longer trust them. The voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. DLR, yeah. DVL, David Lee. DVLR. CDWD. Yatagan were supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate, and then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise like waves passes over the recording. But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the debt. But I need insurance. Something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information, and as you know, you need me. Pause. Something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know sleepers. I've been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagan's noose around my neck. Get me data, get me information, get me something I can use against Yatagan. Then I can get out and get you what you need, please. Waves of static cut into Sabine's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine living here. Working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss and silence. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine's left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabine need to hide from? And what debt do they owe to Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without a stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk, its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yatagan. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. Without regular doses of stabilizers, sleeper bodies actively decay. Corporate insurance policy to disincentivize escapees like you. Wow. Some Yatagan data. I see. One or three. One or three. Nothing over there. Nothing. Let's check the habitage. 2 and a 3. 2 it is. More habitage data. Hey there, High Def. How you doing? Hope you're having a good night. I need to get some income for the day. Yes, yes, yes. Good. I guess. Alright, Fang is processing stuff. Habitage needs Yatagan data. Sabine needed Yatagan data. There's one. Yeah, I guess we'll go back to the bar and work there. Let's try that instead. Alright, good service. So we're currently playing a game called Citizen Sleeper. It is a cyberpunk adventure where we are a robot currently stealing our body from a company that we used to work for. We're not actually a robot, though. We apparently were at one point an organic consciousness that was inside of an organic body that we then left behind to work off-site, off-body, remotely in a different location with a different body, which I'm not sure, like, why you would give up on. Maybe the physical layer, organic tissues or whatever are no longer viable, and that's why you sign away yourself for the opportunity to use this. But effectively, if you quit your job, your body falls apart and you die. And we're trying to figure out how to not have that happen while still having stolen our body. people watching. Dock watcher. Ankita. Hey! You! You want on our jet? Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tied together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath the flight suit. God damn. You cross the docking concourse and she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is it with this place, she asks as she lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up her imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks you up and down. Don't try anything, alright? She taps the butt of her sidearm. I don't want to have to put anyone else down today. Anyone else? Wouldn't think of it. Good. She pauses. Look, I'm not used. Let's just say my temper's been a little short lately. Ankita hoists 1 bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come then. Enough chat. You got to earn that shit. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Ship's this way. She sets off down a gantry at impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. Stevedores? Stevedores? What's all this for? Oh, this? She nods at the plates on her back. I'm building a treehouse. She gives you another of her looks. It's for the ambergris, that cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there. She rapidly turns another corner. You trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad in her last job, and I had to moor her up here for a spell. But since it's only gotten worse, someone's got in and sliced the core from our ship mine, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panels on her shoulder. The upshot is I've short 1 ship mine, with a ton of repairs to do. The rest of the crew signed off the moment they got the wind that I'd been stranded, so yeah, it's been a time. Anything I can do to help? I don't know, you got a ship mine tucked away on that frame of yours? For a moment, you aren't sure if she's serious. Ankita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She hauls the 2nd bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundles of plates to the ambergris's outer lock, and then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Ankita throws you a couple of chits. Consider a bonus for not trying to grift me. She gives you a parting nod and ducks to the doorway. Alright, get out of here. She calls back, and the lock slams shut. A damaged cutter. That's why it's been sitting here this whole time. That's cute. Okay. Ankita needs all the help she can get with the ambergris. Pockmarked with damage, the hole is a good place to start. With a couple of glitch repair drones in storage. If you rewire them, they can repair it for you. Ooh. Your mouth stings as your sensorium sends warning signals over and over. This is the good stuff. I love that her little robot likes eating mushrooms and drinking mushroom wine. Makes me happy. I'm glad that they're at least somewhat enjoying life. Alright. End cycle. Full bars. Alright. Okay, first we need to check for Yatagan information. A 1 or a 3. 2 and 3. Let's take that too. More habitage data. Right. Those familiar threads wrap around you, bind you, test you. Entity, submit! Your ally in the sealed dock cannot save you! In that globe tab, you see whirling strings of data, so many spinning out there they threaten to tear through the thin skin and whip out into the void around. What happened to this creature? The thread squeezes and you lose any sympathy you might have had. You must escape. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severing threads that regrow as fast as they're broken. As you slip away, you realize you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once and for all. This is getting too dangerous. Oh, wow. Okay. That sucks. 1 to 3. Two and a 3. Sleepwalk through your shift, eye on the clock. You break a glass and the sound seems to reverberate inside your skull. Aww. I want to work on the ambergris. 100% positive. Let's do it. Ship shape per cycle. It takes time, skill, and some scavenging to get the twin drones working, but you manage it. They can take the repairs from here. Yeah! Hell yeah! That's awesome. Let's do another bar shift. Let's do good service. Okay. We need food. We are running out of money. Sleeper! Emphas calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story! He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you, cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wok. But one of yours. He looks up at you. Nothing's stolen. You pause, the spice is rich in your nostrils. Think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Emphas. You look at Emphas, the listener, and imagine he's heard it all before. Perhaps you'd enjoy a strange story, something with some spice. Tell him about my dreams. All the sleepers, you tell Emphas, had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulation process and become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in the dorm scream or cry out in the night. But your dreams, those gray, skeletal afterimages of systems and structures, threads and patterns, weren't like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares, they were reflections of reality. Distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That was until now, until you arrived at this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life, and they slip behind your eyelids with every blink. And now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one, like smoke through air. You tell me you do not know if there's a reason for your dreams. Perhaps, you reason, it is just some side effect, or particular quality of the frame you inhabit. But whatever it is a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Emphas finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You're quite the storyteller. He eyes you, you realize he's trying to gauge how honest you've been in your story. Emphas passes you the meal he's cooked, and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks, a natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market. My time is done for today, and I do not want to keep you longer, so I will make a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked around his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple cycles ago. They said across the gap in the Greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? Well, no, I hadn't, but I had. Somewhere I had. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Memphis begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle quite the trip. I'll prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell me, be the audience for another story. Agreed. Good, booms Memphis. Then I will wait for you to bring them. Memphis slides his walk away and straightens up. I'll prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back to the main market, the rich taste of Memphis's food still lingering in your mouths. Stories for food, you think? A trade that seems more than fair. That makes me so happy. Like, I really like this. Let's see, where are we at right now? 2 hours and 47 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a short break here. I'm gonna put up a break and I definitely need a break. I'm going to put up a poll here and see if we want to continue the story or if we're going to play something else for the evening. I'll try and throw some suggestions out there, but honestly I would recommend taking a look at the community votes available in the Discord. So let's go ahead and get a link here. In the announcements channel there should be a set of reacts available there. And yeah, let's go ahead and do poll. Jump over to Steam real quick and see what the other options were. Okay. Starting poll there. We'll go ahead and put this on our be right back. We'll see you folks in just a minute. Thank you, Hef, for the stop, drop, and rocket. Give me just a second here, and I will get to that. We'll turn some music on for it, even. The Wii Fit music, I guess, is... Oh, is it the Wii Shop? Whatever, close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Yuki, you were concerning me. He's longer than I didn't know it was you. Okay. That's 10. I'm tempted to do more. I'm also tempted to actually cut stream early today, simply because I have to be up early tomorrow. Let's see what the votes are. Also, listening to the pup read. Reading about the mushrooms and how flavorful they are, and the spices and seasonings and the oil and the wok, it just makes me think of my own cooking. I'm like, I want to go eat my mushrooms. They're in the fridge right now. Oh, I'm having an asthma attack from that. Fun! I can't wait until, like, that's not a thing. Oh wait, that'll never not be a thing. Love this body. Alright, let's take a look at those votes for today. Blep. Manage poll. View results. New game. 1 vote. Alright. Jump back over here. Take a look at our stream announcements, see if there were any new votes. There weren't. Okay. What else we got in here? I should probably change these up next time. Okay. That gives me a better idea. We'll go through the previous lists of community vote games and see if we have any others that we didn't get the opportunity to try for. Because we definitely had a few nights. Aw, Ragnarok. I miss you, Ragnarok. Come back to me, Ragnarok. Oh, the Stay-Tech Minecraft is never gonna come back. Dice-Sphere project isn't actually out with the combat update yet. What else we got in the Steam library then? Let's take a look here. We'll shut down Citizen Sleeper. Time since last autosave, 726 seconds. Progress since last autosave will be lost. That's fine. I figure it'll be fine. What's this? Oh, okay. I am not relaunching the Perfect Tower. I will not be playing Destiny 2. More experimental updates for Peglin. Terraria contests. The Vroid costume contest. Oh, that's something that I completely forgot about, actually. Amidst all the other Avatar work that I've been doing, I've completely neglected to work on the Vroid stuff because I'm trying to get my actual karaoke and VR avatar updated. Which, for the most part, she is, but there's still some things that I need to figure out and tie down exactly how I did what. For example, changing the trailer of My Little Poi, because I use them all the time. Kind of need to make certain those actually go back to being rainbow, because right now by default they're blue, which does not match anything on my color pattern. Great, more hotfix updates for Cosmeteer. Somehow I don't get the feeling that's a good thing. New item and location. Pulse wave. Alright, let's give this a try. Let's see what Whisker Squadron updated with. Oh, right. Forgot just how repetitive that music is. That might be fun. Alright. Time for that musical whiplash. Everybody ready? You ready? You ready? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Crunch. Crunch. Uh-oh. There we go. Yes, cool. New items available. Translink evacuation. Hold the swarm invasion as population evacuates. Can you save the city from destruction? Okay. New mods. Yeah. Double edge. Deal double damage, but receive double damage. Oh, it must be an upgrade to, or one of the unlockables. I see. Oh, one sec. Yep. Oh wait, it's not even that. Hey. Okay, main menu, because we also need to choose a new world. Ooh. I like Max. Pulse laser. That's the one that I charge up? No, we're gonna do Gatling gun. Or wait. Let's do classic laser cannon. That one's fun. And a multi-missile. You get a bunch of points to spend. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready? I'm a lover, not a fighter. I hope that's not a disadvantage. Oh, wow. Oh, whoa. New level geometry. It's hard to tell what's what. Okay. Oh, trains? Ow. Okay. Firing rate increase, that would be good. Oh, no, what? Huh? No, go back. We're dropping everything now. Okay. Firing rate. Sheesh. Whoa. You're on level 1? Why are you on level 1? Combo reset. Where's all... Yeah, where is everything? Okay. Chain Death Lightning, good. Handy. Yeah, sure. Yep. Where's all the reward? Not bad for a pushover, is that what he said? Oh no. Can I please get... Oh, new music. I was gonna say, can I please get a magnet? Because I'm missing out on a lot of points here, but they seem to have balanced things at least a little bit. Hey there, Dan. How you doing? Welcome back. Playing some... Whisker Squadron. Oh. Wow, I am way more hurt than I thought I was. What happened? Woo! Uh-oh. Okay. See, even if we lose this round, we're probably gonna start another one. Just to see if we can get a little bit farther on this new map. Pause this real quick and take a bite of my mushrooms. No! Okay. Oh no, I missed out on like nearly every credit there. Of course. Ah! Oh no! Hey, game? Uh-oh. 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 Game? Game? Can I have my... Hello? What? Well, this is now a very different challenge. You all go over that way. I'll go over this way. Nope, that didn't do it. Ship's hull is critical. I don't think we're making it through this one. Well, especially if that happens. I can't control it. It's not letting me do anything. Okay, will it give me control this time through? I can't shoot. What? Huh? I might actually need to close this. One sec. Unexpected error. But hey, it is still early access. They're still very much making this game, so I don't fault them for that. This silly little Star Fox roguelike shoot-'em-up is very, very enticing to me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It doesn't even want to launch now. Okay, there we go. Broke! Borkin! Borkin bark! Hell yeah. What is exploding in the distance? Hey, we got that magnet! We got that magnet! That's the good stuff. Hey. Alright. Now I just need to kill a bunch of stuff. Let's get that firing rate up. Seems good. Not bad for someone unsure, right? Okay. Let's increase that overall energy buffer. Whoop. Wish I could get more duplicating enemies on command. Seems handy. Oh! Whoa! So many pings. Further increase firing rate, yeah. Laser cannon. Yeah. It's split! It's split into multiple bosses! No! Oh! That sucked! Also, I just received so many pings. What is happening here? Hello? I don't even know. I don't even see where the pings came from or went to. Alright. New items available. Swarm Party. Swarm celebrates with confetti explosions. It does nothing. It's just a thing. Just a modifier. I love it! Perhaps pinged by the... Oh, is that what's happening? No, I go look now. I see first time chats in other people's rooms. I see E.L. Connor's stuff. I see Valdudes. I don't think somebody's saying the word puppy in Valdudes. I don't know. No, wait, Nova's streaming? Where's my Nova? Wait, what the? I have a tab that's supposed to be open for Nova and I'm not seeing it. Something broke my last foray into VR when I was messing with the VR toolkit. Raid message said puppy. Oh. Oh no! That noise! Oh my god! Oh, the noisemakers! What is that? Oh, it's my laser drone. Woo! Relax, Max, you're doing great. No! Puppy senses tingling. Puppy detector active. Ava, Ava, Ava! Hey Nova, how you doing? Combo hits restore whole is kind of good. Let's do that. I love how jazzy this song is. Hope you had a good stream, Nova. Whoop! I hit the wrong button. You did. Good. Roll deflector. Bigger magnet. Bigger magnet seems a good idea right about now, because I still feel like I'm missing some. 2 levels seems correct. That's the whole level. Doing all right. I'm a little wonky. I'm actually becoming so used to having co-stars on the air with me that like filling that dead air on my own is becoming more of a challenge. And it's kind of interesting realizing that just how used I've become to having cuties around, and how much I really appreciate it. So thank you for the time that you do spend. Also, I'm feeling a little bit like I should probably actually roll another joint because I'm starting to feel the pain creeping on here. This bastard. Oh! This definitely feels a lot less frantic and chaotic than the previous levels. Like, it's still jammy, it's got a lot going on, but it doesn't have the same kind of intensity as the other music. Ooh, more firing rate. I should probably start using my missiles. It's a relief, but I'm not sure how long my luck will hold. Stinger turn. Alright. On this side, you say. What is that? What are you? Ooh, what are you? You got this! Don't doubt yourself! That means a lot, especially coming from you. Entering an unknown world, pilot. Keep an open eye out there. My paws are at the ready, Teach. Sky Weaver. Oh! Apparently I dealt enough damage. Okay. Wow. Okay. Was I supposed to beat that fast? I think that was an accident. What the hell? Whoa! Oh, I definitely broke this map. I was not supposed to clear it that way or that quickly. That's funny. I dealt so much damage so fast. Level wasn't ready for it. One wave down, pilot. GG? This is getting pretty intense. Where's my music? Where's my music? Am I going to go through a whole level with no music? Oh, okay. More laser. More laser per laser. Mecha mill, swarm turrets. Every 4.5 seconds. Your missile damage is equal to missile launcher damage if they are equipped. I'm loving the noisemakers. They make me so happy. Oh, I don't know if I've safely made it through that. Let's see. Within 1,000 meters every 8 seconds. That one seems interesting. Probably increase our overall hull capacity. Is that... What am I... What is it? Huh? Are those bombs falling? Oh! Woo! Hey there, Ethan Dub. Hope you're having a good night. I saw you were streaming earlier. Didn't get a chance to drop in though. Woo! They did a bunch of new updates on Whisker Squadron, so I'm trying out some of the new weaponries available. Got a pretty decent run going here, to be honest. Okay. Let's do... probably more energy. The sound effects in this are great. I've got a modifier on right now that makes it so there's party confetti whenever I hit something, and it has been cracking me up this whole run. This ability to have enemies also randomly respawn means that I get more than one kill in an area, so it's just like setting off way more of the confetti sounds than I think they really intended on. It's great. I hope they don't fix it. It's too good. Let's take a revive. Not a bad thing to have. Skycaller. Wow. Oh my god! That's too much. Okay. Okay, yeah, more energy. More energy seems good. Wow. Hey Koi, how you doing, hon? Woo! Ooh, level 5 is actually maxing it out. I didn't know that. Restore 5 kills. Ooh. Hope you're having a good night, Koi. Arachnamama. Where is it? There it is. Already. It begins. Woo! Huh. I do like that the top speed firing rate for the laser blaster in this is the same as the max level R-Wing. Like, if you're absolutely perfectly timing your shot button, the original Star Fox ship, it works. Wow! Wow! Alright. Chain lightning. Ow, 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 ow. try my best not to let you down. It gives me real, I don't know why, but like My Little Pony vibes. I think it's just Flufflepuff. Woo! Alright. Critical hit roll. Yeah. More healing. I'll take it. Ah! Woo! So all of my proc on hit ones are healing now instead of energy regeneration. And it's keeping me alive way more effectively. Vampirism is always the key. One multi-missile. Yeah. If you get enough of them. Here we go. It begins. So many credits. Is there no... There's none. Thank you for always sharing your stream in Discord. Yeah, absolutely. You got the promo spot. I try to give promo there, and same goes on my server. If you want to throw in some promo, feel free. Anytime. We got a channel for it. Wop, 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 wop. I like to share. I like to communicate. I like to play with other people. Make things a party. Oh no! Woo! All right. Oh, come on! I can get it! I can do this! Okay, there it is. I'm sorry. take down 4 elite swarms in 1 run. Nice. Okay. I think I'm gonna call that good for the night. That was a fun little ending to the evening. Let's go and see who we want to raid over to. Let's see. We'll switch over to here, and over to here, and over to here, and over to here. And hit this button. Let's see who's currently doing what. What? Yo! Valdude's streaming? Let's go raid over to Valdude's. You just got here! Filton, let's go hang out after stream. Also, thank you very much to everybody who dropped in tonight, and all those who took part in the chat, and for everybody who gave your support via likes, follows, subscribes, and everything else, and for all those who decided to tune into the VOD. I couldn't do this without all your help and all your support. It's been an absolute blast, as always. I hope to see you again tomorrow evening about 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're going to have some new stuff coming up soon. I'm not entirely sure when we're going to be doing more VR stuff that actually involves new content, but I got a new outfit to show off, and I'm excited for it. See you all again soon. Love you all. Have a good night. Say hi to Valdudes, and let's go ahead and get this green glow dog raid going. There's the button for it. Had to find it. Poof!